The lights are blaring, the music is loud. I have no idea what is happening. And then we kissed. And then we kissed. And then we kissed. And then we kissed.
Damn.
Well, actually, not quite. That's just the name of the podcast.
Julia and a guy sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Hello, and welcome back to And Then We Kissed, the podcast on the funny, the confusing, and the unforgettable stories behind my kiss list. I am Julia, and I'm joined again by Sophie.
Boobs.
And hello to you too. So glad to have you back.
Yeah, me too, I think. No, I love it here. I can't stop pretending. I am loving the spotlight.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode. We are here to discuss a guy. Well,
really, Julia? We're discussing a guy?
No, but actually it gets even more interesting because this is not going to be a one-time case study that we analyze, so to speak. It's not going to be a one person that I kissed, because that's what we usually do in an episode. We analyze one person, then one number. We're here to talk to you today about number 16 to 20.
Damn. You
five guys. 5 guys.
Or not 5 guys, just one guy with 5 heads. And we're actually talking about the Hydra today. It's going to be a Greek mythology study, which I'm very excited about.
Not quite. Today's episode, the story about letting loose. Let's call it that.
Hell yeah. Before
we get into it, a quick disclaimer as always. We're not trying to make out any of the 5 guys as the bad guy here.
Actually, yes. Our mission is to pick the baddest.
We're only here to tell my side of the story and how I remember it, and they might tell it differently, and that's okay. And we've also changed the details to protect the privacy of everyone involved.
Good. Use protection when you're down with 5 guys. What details, Julia? What details have been changed?
Okay, well, so obviously we've changed the names. Obviously we've got nicknames.
Obviously we've changed the names.
Except for the fact that we kind of don't. Let me check real quick. I've forgotten, to be quite honest. We've got the orange, the shirtless, the stranger, the Australian. Well, and I actually don't have a nickname for the last one.
We're just calling him number 5. Yeah.
Let's call him the South African.
The South African?
Well, that's where he was from.
Okay.
Because he's not number 5, he's number 20.
Yeah, but like the 5th guy on that evening.
He's low-key the most important person of that night. So unfortunately, if anyone deserves a nickname, it's him.
Shit.
Okay, how about we come up with a nickname for him at the end when we figured it out?
Sure.
Let's do it that way.
As a reflection.
As a reflection, exactly. Okay, but before we head into the story of these 5 guys, Sophie, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Red Bull.
You're a fun little drink.
It's not my usual brand, but that's fine. It's Wildberry.
I actually bought it.
Yeah, you bought it.
It's a pink one. This was for ages ago when we were gonna go out, and then I just I got these for you.
Yeah, everybody got me Monsters or Energies on that night. Flo got me one, I got myself one, and you got me one too. And so, obviously, I didn't drink 5 energy drinks that evening.
I don't know if you remember, but we were meant to go out with Oak, and then I got Flo, Oak, and you one. This was before I broke it off with him.
Right.
And then he didn't join, and then, I don't know, we probably got lost in my hysterics about my outfit choice again, and then nothing transpired. So anyway, you have an energy drink, which is nice. So
yeah, it's pink. It matches my skirt and Julia's room.
I've got something that matches my outfit today as well. It's a cherry tea, and it's the Rooibos one. I've already drank that in another episode. I like it. It's
good.
Nice.
It matches your nails really well.
It does. Look at that. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
5 guys. Okay. Where do we start?
Where were you? How did this happen? I mean, there had to be some kind of party or
also, why am I telling this? I was fairly young. This was after school, and after school, I had decided that I was going to go backpacking, as so many younglings do when they have no idea what the fuck to do with their life.
I didn't know that. Damn.
Did not?
No, I didn't know this was in the context of backpacking.
How did you not know that I have been to Thailand?
How did I not know that?
I was there alone.
Damn. What? Damn.
Yeah, so I went backpacking on my own. I did like an entire solo trip. It was meant to go for 10 months. I got lonely, I got homesick, so I like cut it off prematurely. But for the first 2 months and the only 2 months of the trip, I was in Thailand on my own. I was backpacking through the country. There you go.
Wow, I'm actually learning something new today.
This is actually really interesting. I did not know that you did not know this.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like a thing you would do. I mean, you broke it off prematurely, which feels like you. Like
I was homesick, yeah. I was meant to travel through Southeast Asia. That didn't work out because, well, I don't know if like traveling for longer periods of time is necessarily my thing. At least at the time, it wasn't. The 2 months were enough. So I went home. Anyway, so this was at the end of my trip to Thailand. I went to the south. I don't know if you know this about the country. I don't know, like some people might. But once a month, Thailand in, I think it's Koh Phangan. It's one of the islands, has the full moon festival.
Yeah, I knew this.
Massive, massive festival along like a fairly thin piece of beach. Used to be a lot bigger, and then thankfully through COVID, the locals kind of decided that I think they're still throwing it, but they wanted to tone it down a little bit because the parties did get out of hand a lot, and I was there before COVID, and I can only imagine how devastating the consequences of those parties were once a month on that little island.
Damn, yeah.
But so taking out all of the privilege that I experienced being there, if we're just going to ignore that for a second, we're just going to focus on the situation at hand. So I went to the full moon party. I had met some German girls up in north of Thailand, and we became friends. And then the four of us went to the festival.
Yeah.
And I think we were only there for like 3 nights also. We were literally just on that island for
the festival,
for the party. So we get all nice, dressed up in the typical party style. Everyone had these like glow-in-the-dark colors, extravagant little things on their faces.
Nice.
You know, like, and everyone had these like cute little t-shirts. And we waited until the sun went down because I think that's around when the party started, which obviously in Thailand the sun sets fairly early, like around 7 p.m, but still.
Yeah.
And then we went down to the little beach. Again, it's like a really, really thin piece of beach, but it's very, very long. I don't know how long, but like really, really long.
It's like the hallway at a house party. You constantly have to pass everybody. Jeez.
No, it's longer than a hallway.
Obviously, it's longer than a hallway. Like a really
Even
long
if
hallway.
We have a long hallway. It's longer than a hallway. And so on the one end of the beach, like opposite the end of the ocean, you've got all of these little stalls that like sell alcohol. All of these little stalls had little buckets filled with little bottles of like different mixes and alcohol options, and then a bunch of straws in there. And so your group goes to one of the stalls, gets a bucket. Let's say you want to drink vodka with orange juice, and so in there is like maybe a small bottle of vodka and then 2 bottles of orange juice and like 20 straws or something.
Yeah.
You take the bucket, you open it, you mix it, put in the straws, and then one person carries the bucket and then everyone like sips out of it whenever.
It's like Malle.
Okay, so it is like Mallorca. I've never been, so I didn't know. But so that was a thing. So we got a little bucket and then we started like wandering around because each and every stall, I think, had their own music.
Damn.
It was really, really loud. There were lots of different lights. There was this like neon light, like glow in the dark light. And then in the ocean, they had this big sign on like wooden sticks. And in like the wood had spelled out full moon party. And then it was burning.
Cool.
So that was really cool. And then every couple of meters, you would have a fire show, or you would have, for the really stupid people, a swinging rope that was full on burning. And so the really drunk white privileged kids could like
go rope jumping.
Daredevil go rope jumping when it was burning.
Oh my god.
And I remember that someone was trying to get me to do it and I was like, hell no.
That sounds like it would get out of hand.
Yeah, so I think a lot of trash and like a lot of accidents and
injuries.
God knows what.
Yeah.
God knows what. So we're walking around, we're dancing, we're having the time of our lives, and this is the perfect place to mingle. At that point, I had been mingling with a lot of people in Thailand, obviously, living in hostels and everything.
Yeah.
But I was feeling very scared and very anxious throughout this trip. And it was difficult for me to really mingle with people. I essentially had no idea what I was doing, and I had no idea how to interact with anyone. Also, a lot of people were actually a lot older than I was, because I was 18 when I went on the trip. So
there's potential
young.
For people to be older.
So I was really young, and a lot of people were older, and they knew what they were doing, and I did not know what I was doing. And I think for a lot of people also, this was like the trip of a lifetime. And for me, this was kind of like, well, my dad told me to do something, so I'm here. Oh my God. Yeah. So I felt fairly lonely, and I felt fairly hopeless, and I didn't really know what I was doing with my life at that point. And at the point of the party, everything kind of had turned around. I had found girls that were around my age, and they were also German speaking, which at that point in time was kind of a relief, just because it felt like something I knew that was nice. And then also I knew that I was heading home after the party, so I could really just like let loose. I knew what was coming next. Yeah. And so I could just enjoy it and be in the moment. I didn't have that anxiety filled. Also, again, this was fairly in the beginning of me trying to figure out who I was after breaking up with my boyfriend.
The second one, right?
No, the first one.
Yeah, right.
The first one. The second one is yet to come.
I keep forgetting that this relationship was going on for years.
Me too.
Yeah. I was for a few months.
No, this relationship went on for a few years, and then we broke up, and then I kind of went through this like entire phase of who am I, and what is dating, and what do I like, and what do I not like. And at that point I'd already like tried a bit of things out, as we have heard in earlier episodes, and also as we're going to hear in further episodes. I was still, as you can also hear by the number, in the beginning stages of my experimenting, of my data collection, if you will.
Yeah.
So we're walking around, we're mingling, and it's super fun, and I feel like I can kind of breathe again, and I'm flirting and everything. And I think what's so cool, at least at that night on the full moon party, again, I'd never experienced that before, was mingling was as easy as holding up your bucket to a stranger, and that stranger would take a sip out of any given straw, and then suddenly you're in a conversation.
Oh, damn.
And I enjoy that, especially coming from German culture.
I'd enjoy that too, but I would never do that as a woman.
Back then, that wasn't a big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think that became a bigger of a deal later, a couple of years later. Like men slipping something in your drinks definitely wasn't a big deal at that point. No one had ever thought of that at that point, that was a thing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it anymore as well, unfortunately. But yeah. But especially coming from German culture, where it is really, really difficult meeting people. Also in clubs, it's difficult to meet people anywhere, because people are very awkward and shy and everything.
Uptight.
Socially unable, and everything,
but in a nice way.
So it was really nice coming to Thailand and like meeting so many people in that party atmosphere. So my group of girls is mingling, we're 4 people, is mingling with another group of guys, which is 4 guys. One of them starts flirting with me. They all kind of like pick one of us that they like, and all of them flirt with us.
Etiquette.
But one of us had a boyfriend. Okay. 3 of us were single, one of us had a boyfriend. This is important. So number 16 starts flirting with me, the orange one. I don't know, I think he had like an orange t-shirt on or something.
I keep thinking of Donald Trump when he say the orange one.
No, not skin color, but like I think that he had like a orange shirt on or something.
Wrong foundation, man.
So he starts flirting with me. I'm enjoying it. I'm flirting back.
And then we kiss.
And we kissed. And immediately I'm like, this is not the best kiss that I've ever had. So the way that this situation was unfolding, it was like a make out and then like kind of dance and mingle, make out again, that kind of situation. And in between the making out, his friend, who was originally hitting up one of my friends who had a boyfriend,
was hitting up on you now.
Yeah, had then realized she has a boyfriend. I can't really do anything with her.
Yeah.
I'm going to start hitting on her, on me. So his friends started hitting on me. And then I was like, oh, he's kind of cute as well.
And I got options. I don't have to stay with the bad kisser.
Exactly. And so at one point I just kind of like turn, and then I turn towards him, and then I start making out with him.
Nice.
Here's the thing.
When orgy, Julia?
Maybe one day. Here's the thing. Number 16 and number 17 came from a more conservative country, and I'm assuming that had to do with what then happened. Because instead of like being mad at each other that number 17 stole number 16's girl, they were mad at me.
Oh my god, I hate men. No. That's not what this is about. But yeah, I could guess.
So then they started hating on me collectively. They were like, how dare you? You were making out with him. Why are you making out with him now?
Dude, you were hitting on her.
And even at the time, I could sense that this was absolutely ridiculous. And I was like, fuck off.
God damn.
Where are we going with this? I think I continued making out with number 17. But then after a while, like, my group just kind of left. And we were like, no.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
What the fuck?
I also remember before I moved on, I remember that one of them, 16 or 17, asked me, like, and this was fairly in the beginning of the party too, he was kind of like, do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, no. I'm here to make out and like
read
party.
The room, man.
I'm not here to like go back to your place. What are you, how? And to this day, I don't understand how guys want to prematurely end a party.
Yeah.
To like go have really drunk bad sex.
Yeah. After a really shitty makeout.
Like, I might consider doing that at the end of a really good party.
Yeah.
And then I'm still feeling like it. Yeah, maybe I'll go home with you. But like, I'm not ending a good party prematurely. So yeah, that was on. So our group went on because also I think that the girls were also having issues with their guys. So of course, and then we just left because men, okay.
But it's not like you ran out of options.
It was not like I ran out of options, because then I stumbled across number 18, who I have called the stranger simply because I know that he exists, but I don't remember anything with him.
Fair.
I know the weakest. I know that there were 5 guys because I've been told there were 5 guys, and I also vaguely remember him, but I also don't. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what we talked about. I just know that I made out with him and then I moved on.
I'm assuming you didn't talk much.
I am assuming the same. I was probably pretty drunk already at that point. Okay, moving on. We continue down the road of that little beach, and then at one point we stumble across another guy. He takes a sip from my bucket, if you know what I mean. No, I'm kidding.
So to speak.
So to speak. We kind of talk again. I know that I was really, really drunk at that point. And he tells me he's from Australia. That's the only thing that I know about him. And then we make out. And then we leave and we go our separate ways.
Hey, baby, I'm from Australia. That's so hard.
Oh my God, put your tongue down my throat, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah, something
like
this.
That's how number 19 came to be. And then I actually don't remember how I met number 20.
But somehow he's the most important.
But somehow he was suddenly there. We're having fun. We're mingling. Also, mind you, this guy was tall as fuck. And I usually don't go for tall guys. I, to this day, have an issue with really tall guys. That guy was maybe like 2 meters or something.
That's too high.
That is too tall for me. And I know that there are like some women out there that no matter how tall they are, they love a 2-meter guy. And like anyone can have their own preferences. But anyone above 180, I am good. Like, you have to be really impressive for me to want to kiss you, because my neck will just hurt.
Yeah. What am I, a fucking giraffe?
Yeah, exactly. And I had to learn that the hard way, because he became number 20, him and I made out. And I remember that him and I flirted a lot, but we also talked a lot. And I think that we met actually at the end of the night. Yeah. So maybe around 4 a.m. or so. And we spent a good chunk of that party together. Him and I talked. Him and I laughed. We talked about all kinds of things. Sat on a beach, danced, whatnot. And then I remembered that at some point the sun actually went up. And then it was like you still had like some stragglers dancing on the beach. Like the party was still going on, but a lot of people had already left. Maybe like a quarter of people were still there.
Yeah.
The sun was going up and Hinem and I like stripped down into our underwear and we ran into the ocean together, and I immediately stepped on a broken glass like started bleeding. And it started hurting because it was salt water getting into that wound.
Oh my God.
To be honest, looking back at it now with like the little knowledge that I have about medicine and shit, I am surprised I didn't catch an infection looking back. But I didn't. I was definitely still not walking properly in Germany a couple of days later, but it's fine. So him and I went into the ocean, and then we made out in the ocean, and then we went back to the beach. It was just so nice because also
it's so corny. Oh my God.
It's so corny. And I think when you're 19,
that's perfect.
You know, you're like out in the world having an adventure.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it sounds like.
You feel so alive. And then there's also this like fairly tall guy. He's handsome. He's interested in you. He's flirting with you, but he's also nice. I think he was a couple of years older, and still it wasn't a massive issue because he was just kind. And, you know, we're like in the ocean, we're swimming, and he picks me up and he holds me close and we make out. And it's all of that like good stuff.
Yeah.
That you just, I mean, like, if you ever have a moment like that, you will appreciate that at any age, but especially at 19.
Sure.
That's the shit.
Yeah.
That is the shit.
That is the shit.
So we're both really, really tired because, I mean, at that point we had been up for ages. We're both really drunk, but we're also really horny. His accommodation was on the other end of the island, which would have I don't even know if it was a private accommodation or not, but for some reason we could not go to his. We could definitely not go to mine because I was sharing a room with the 3 other girls.
Yeah.
So we started sneaking around on the island trying to look for like hidden corners where we could fuck.
Wasn't it like literally just a strip of beach?
No, like the party was just a strip of beach, but then it was an entire island and people lived there and there were buildings and shit, right? And so we're kind of like trying to sneak around, trying to find like a place where we could be more in private without also disturbing other people.
That is a reoccurring pattern in your life. Do you notice that?
Especially when I was younger. Yeah. It's not anymore because I just take them to my place.
Obviously.
I now have an apartment. I do not do that shit anymore. But before I moved out, yes, that was a recurring theme, unfortunately. I mean, is it maybe also just like a thing when you're young?
Yeah, totally. But like
I can't imagine that I was the only one.
So many stories made it into this podcast where this exact thing happens.
Hell yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, obviously we did not. Did we? Wait, let me check.
Did we find a corner? She's scrolling through the sex list now.
I was gonna say, obviously, we did not have sex. I was wrong, we did.
Nice, you made it.
We did have sex, but I remember that it wasn't good.
Well, you were both drunk.
It was like a quick thing. It was like a stick it in, this isn't working kind of situation. I remember that he wanted to go down on me and I kind of declined because at the time I thought I didn't like when men went down on me.
Because they all did it wrong.
Yeah, I have since learned that the men just sucked doing it. And now I actually really enjoy it. But well, alas, I didn't know that until the 3rd boyfriend, unfortunately. So we did have sex, and again, he was like kind, which I remember him quite fondly, to be honest. Yeah, nothing more happened. I remember that we exchanged Instagrams, but we had quickly come to the conclusion that even though we did find a hidden corner where we hopefully did not disturb anyone, that wasn't really going to work out, and so we went our separate ways. We never saw each other again. We have very loosely stayed in contact because a couple of years later he moved to Europe from South Africa, and I remember that he had texted me, and I think with the entire tone of voice and everything, I'm pretty sure that this was very platonic. So I don't think that he was trying to like
hit me up.
But he had a business trip close to my city.
I think it's always so wild to discover that party and holiday flings have lives
and jobs.
What do you mean here? What do you mean a business trip?
It's really weird. Yeah, but he had hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm gonna be in Munich for a couple of days. Do you want to meet up? I know your city's close by.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, that sounds pretty cool. Just like, let me know when you're in town. He never messaged me again. And I'm assuming that he didn't because COVID hit. And my assumption is that he never made it on that trip, and then probably things got really busy on his end, so he never reached out to me again. Yeah, which is fine. I've been watching him. I'm pretty sure that he's been watching me. Just how we very loosely see what the other person is doing. He's building a very happy life. It's just like a little fling that I remember very fondly.
Cute.
Because it was such an amazing high to end a very lonely trip on. But also I think that this is a really nice story to kind of give an idea of how I've always liked experimenting. These 100 people did not just come out of nowhere. This didn't just happen during the whole phase.
Yeah.
I've always been a very flirtatious, a very connectivity driven person. And I remember that there are other stories before this, other numbers on the list, with very similar stories, but their stories weren't significant enough that I can give them one entire episode. I mean, if you listen to this one, neither of one of these guys was fit enough for one entire episode. I had to bring in 5.
Obviously.
But also I think that the beauty in the story is that the fact that it was 5 guys in one night. And to be honest, it's still one of my fondest memories. I think it's so cool. And I've never been able to make out with 5 people ever again in one night. No, that's not true. My birthday party 1.5 years ago.
True. You need to go to a CSD one day.
I have.
You have?
CSD is Pride in Germany, by the way.
Christopher Street Day.
I have.
I feel like the parties where I've made out with the most people were Pride parties. Always.
I have gone to some, but it just never really transpired. That being said, again, that one birthday party where you were unfortunately sick.
Yeah.
I think I made out with 5 people on that night. I think it was 5. It was definitely a couple. But unfortunately, these nights don't happen as much as I would like for them to happen. People are very monogamous and exclusivity driven. And also, we are unfortunately going into a grammar phase where people want to be in bed by 9 p.m. and have their one partner, where I'm what happened to just making out with everyone?
To be fair, you're in a situationship right now, which is monogamous.
Okay, hold up. I want to say that we are not monogamous. You know that I've tried to find someone else.
But yeah, the
crushes crushing
definitely are special nights.
What does the current situationship matter? The special nights. I mean, also, we're going out on Saturday.
Yeah, we are.
Keep me chained because I'm going to try and beat my record. 6 people. I'm going to make out with 6 people this Saturday. Probably not. Guys get so jealous. What is up with that? Just make out with the guy I'm making out with.
Yeah.
That's what happened at my birthday party.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, well. But it was very fun. It was very fun. I remember it very fondly. It's cute to see that I've always been who I am.
Yeah, I think so too. It's very Julia. This evening is very Julia of you.
It's very Julia.
I've been very surprised, as you heard, that you went backpacking and alone. That was, I feel not very Julia of you. Or
yes.
yeah, it wasn't, right?
No.
But this ending to this backpacking trip, very Julia. And you deserve that.
Very on point for me. I really liked it, and I really like looking back at it because I think there were a couple of years where I was not entirely certain who I was, and partially because we're making this season, but also partially because it's 2026, and at the beginning of the year there was this trend going around on social media that was 10 years ago in 2016 or whatnot. I started really reflecting, and I started looking back and realizing I have always been who I am. I just lost myself for a good chunk, and then I came back to myself, like put my foot on the gas, started accelerating, and just went for it.
Which is the most important part, right?
Exactly. Especially in the beginning years, there was a lot holding me back. There was a lot of shame, society's expectations, not being able to stand up for myself and whatnot. But that's also part of growing up. And then at some point I just said, fuck it all. And I became the girl that I am today, which I'm really proud of. I just think I really cannot put it into words enough. I just think it's so cute looking back and realizing I've always been that girl. I've always been so curious. And I've always loved flirting. I mean, hell, I picked up a guy from a tube, like in a tube station once. And then another guy in the tube itself. But these are unfortunately not stories that are worthy one entire episode.
I feel like it's a really good indicator that you're on the right track with your life.
Right? Yeah. When you look back and you're like, I am literally doing exactly what I've always been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red flags.
The first two guy, obviously massive, but I ranted about that in the episode already. Because what the hell are you doing being mad at the girl that you were both flirting with?
Yeah, they should have been mad at each other.
Yeah, like those are the exact type of guys that victim blame.
Oh my god, you're so right. No, yeah. But with the other guys, it didn't really got to know them enough to be able to say red flags. So I feel like overall,
and the last one was just straight up cute.
Just straight up cute. Which actually brings you to the question, what's the nickname for the last one? Do you now know why it's so difficult for me to give him one?
I get it.
South African dude, basketball player. Hoops?
Hoops, I did it again.
You are killing me. Okay, it's Hoops. H-O-O-P-S, Hoops.
Hairline, Hoops.
Kiss, marry, kill. We're losing it here. We're losing it. Stay with me, Sophie. Stay with me.
Okay. The first two obviously kill because those. Yeah,
100%.
It's a good enough reason to kill somebody. I think. I like metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
The other three, kiss, I guess.
Yeah, especially the last one is kiss. The other three are
marry the last one because he wanted to go down on you.
Perfect. No, the other three are kiss and the first two are kill.
Yeah.
I really like talking about that night. I still talk about that night to this day. It has been 10 years and I still love talking about it.
You're like that grandma in Titanic that talks about her.
I will never stop talking about that night.
Busboy youth fling on the boat.
When I turn 100, people, my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren
will gather around as you tell the story
of how I kissed 5 guys. And then later on in my life, how I bet that by kissing 50 in one night. Is that too much?
Yeah.
50? Everyone needs goals.
I feel like that needs to be planned, but yeah, definitely.
We still have to manage that 5 dates in one day thing before we do anything else.
But 5 dates is more complicated. No.
Than kissing 50 people?
No, I think it's the same, a different kind of complicated. But I feel like it's the same level of complicated. Because kissing happens really fast.
Yeah,
you don't need a lot.
Takes a bit more.
Yeah, you don't need to make a lot of time for kissing.
Good point. But also it does kind of like, as soon as you have to start planning it, it does take the fun out of everything.
Yeah. When you hit 200 people on your kiss list, you can throw a top 50 party.
So what? I just like tell you the top 50 kisses?
Yeah. No, you invite everyone.
Invite everyone.
Yeah.
That's still going to be a long off, though, because I'm only at 100 in the beginning hundreds. I actually don't know where I am.
Get to it, girl.
Well, unfortunately, my crush developed into a whole ass situationship, and I cannot get away from this man. And this is a story for another time. With the amount of details that I've already talked about just in this season about this man. People will want an entire episode, probably an entire season for this man.
No one wants an entire season. You're making this up because you're blowing him up in your mind.
Might I just add that there are people out there that don't hate him as much as you and Flo do?
Yeah, sure, but still not.
I have friends that support me in this situationship and that think that he's actually kind of cute.
I'm still supporting you. Do you want to wrap this up at some point, or?
These were the 5 guys that I kissed in one night, and that is also partly the origin story of why the kiss list was so important.
Yeah.
Because I really did keep, like, I was not keeping track, and
you need to start documenting at some
letting
point.
loose, and I had no idea what was happening anymore. Yeah, so that was the 5 guys. And one of the first nights that I really let loose. Hope you enjoyed. And if you like stories like this, if you like episodes like this, please tune in for more. Like, share, follow, comment, all of that stuff.
Comment the maximum number of people you kissed in one night.
Well, anyway, in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to have a very, very special guest on the podcast.
Can I say?
No, you cannot.
It's better than a situationship, I promise.
It's better than a situationship, and that person and me are gonna have another Real Talk episode. Until then, go make out with at least 5 people and report back with the details.
Yeah.
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 Goodbye.
Break records.